Federal University of Education Numan Establishment Bill scales second reading in the Nigerian Senate. The bill proposed for Federal University of Education Numan by distinguished Senator Binos Dauda has passed the second reading in the National Assembly. The Senate had on Tuesday unanimously assented to the bill tagged Federal University of Education Establishment Bill SB 270 2024, sponsored by distinguished Senator Binos.
Permit me to lead the debate for the second reading of the Federal University of Education Numan Adamawa State Establishment Bill 2024. This bill, which seeks to provide for the establishment of the Federal University of Education Numan Adamawa State, was passed by the 9th National Assembly, but was not assented to due to late passage when that administration was winding down. The bill was read the first time in this hallowed chamber on Tuesday, 21st November 2023. For any country to achieve meaningful development, the socio-economic and political system must be enhanced. This is why successive Nigerian governments placed much emphasis on the development of the individuals as a means to national development. Education is the sure means of developing individual potentials. Little wonder, therefore, that the National Policy on Education 1981 postulates that education is the greatest investment that the nation can make for the quick development of its economic, political, sociological, and human resources. Among the various educational institutions through which the nation hopes to achieve its developmental goals, specialized universities of education should take preeminence because they are set up to train the trainers. The development of a sound and robust educational system in any country is therefore predicated on the availability of qualified and well-trained teachers to impact the required knowledge on the students. Thus, the need to have a strong system in our educational sector that shall continuously produce well-qualified and trained teachers as is obtainable in other countries cannot be overemphasized. This is the fundamental justification for the establishment of this specialized institution of higher learning, the Federal University of Education Numan. Undoubtedly, the realization that universities of education are tools for national development have led to an unbridled quest for and vigorous expansion of such institutions in Nigeria. Broadly, a university of education's main functions, among others, are as listed therein, 1, 2, 3, 4. The objective of the university as outlined in the bill, among others, includes A, to encourage the advancement of learning to all persons without distinction of race, creed, sex, or political conviction. B, to develop and offer academic and professional programs leading to the award of certificates, diplomas, first and higher degrees, and postgraduate research in all fields of education. And C, to produce socially mature professional educators with capabilities to not only understand educational needs of Nigeria as a nation, but also to exploit existing educational infrastructure and improve on it and develop new ones. Mr. President and my distinguished colleagues, having enumerated the objectives of the bill, it is pertinent to briefly explain the choice of Numan as the location of the university. Historically, Numan arguably ranks in the same class with such cities and towns like Zaria, Bida, Kefi, Ilorin, etc., as centers of post-primary education in northern Nigeria, right from the colonial period. It is significant that the first girls' boarding school established in the whole of northern Nigeria was in 1926.
In his support for the bill, distinguished Senator Abdullahi Ningi, representing Bauchi Central, said The bill stressed that the institution, if established, will produce additional manpower resources to the northeast geopolitical zone of the country and indeed the nation, adding that it should be approved by the upper legislative chamber of the National Assembly.
Mr. President, let me commend Senator Yaro for a very painstaking job on this particular matter. He had proposed this bill and it passed the concurrence of the National Assembly on the 21st of November 2003. It begs the question that Numan, of all places, one of the most important resource emirates in northern Nigeria, in terms of providing manpower to the former northeastern region, and then one of the most also important resource in terms of providing some of the very best military officers of the country. One of the oldest emirates in Nigeria that do not have a federal presence actually weakens my heart. For us as a Senate, what we must begin to continue to do is making sure that there is fairness, equity. There is no way, sir, anywhere in any state that a place like Numan should not have a federal presence in terms of education because of their long history, because of their population, because of their contribution to the well-being of the Nigerian state. And I think it is important, just like Akwashiki said, when this bill passes, that the Senate leader follows it off. I'm surprised that President Buhari did not sign this bill. He knows the importance of Numan and his resources because he's a soldier. He knows what that particular area, particular community has contributed in terms of the military manpower of Nigeria. And I think it is apt that they should have a federal presence in educational institutions. So this Federal College of Education is apt, and we should be able to ask and give them what they require.
Distinguished Senator Godia Akwashiki, representing Nasarawa North, maintained that it was a tradition of the Senate that a bill which is represented for consideration for lack of assent due to time constraints should not have issues. After contributions from other senators at plenary in favor of the bill, the President of the Senate, Distinguished Senator Godswill Akpabio, through voice note, passed the bill for second reading.
For representing this bill, it was earlier passed by the 9th Senate, and then coming back here, I believe and I pray that this will be the last time that you will need to bother about bringing it, because if the current president assents it into an act of parliament, we will not bother to bring it back. But I think Numan really deserves a tertiary institution. Distinguished colleagues, those in support of the motion that this bill be read a second time, say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it.
The bill was referred to the Committee of the Whole Senate for consideration at the next legislative day. It will be passed by the Senate within 1 or 2 weeks. Caleb Zadok, reporting for Eagle Lenses TV.